Hello and welcome to the DrinkIN and GeekOUT podcast. This is a show where we drink beer and talk about it. We are four guys who are on a mission to explore in beers, which are Indiana beers, and out beers, which means the rest of the United States. Since this is our first show, I figured we'd all introduce ourselves. And here's Saf to lead us on.
All right, I'm Saf, and as far as my history with drinking goes, it started at a very young age. I was probably 9 or 10, and at my grandpa's house, and he let me try a sip of his beer. And he was an old Milwaukee drinker at the time, and it was disgusting, and I vowed never to drink that ever again. And I probably a couple years later tried my dad's. He was a Bud Light or Coors Light guy, and again, I didn't like that either. So I vowed off of it once again, and they're like, okay, good, you shouldn't drink beer, it's bad for you, even though everybody in my family drinks it all the time. And so I stuck with not drinking it until I turned 21, and I still didn't really like it. But then we discovered Miller Chills, and just drank those like water, and I was very sad when they stopped making them. And then that kind of turned into like a Busch Keystone phase because we were doing our college partying, and you don't want to drink the heavy stuff when you're playing games like that. And I'm not sure how I got into craft beer. The first thing I can think of is when we went to Indy and toured a couple breweries down there, like Sun King and Triton, and I think one other one. And it was a lot of fun, and enjoyed some like real tasty beer instead of the normal water beers you get. But yeah, that's kind of my history with drinking beer. How about you, Paul?
Hi, I'm Paul. My beer drinking days started, similar to Saf's. I was about the age of 12, and I tried Old Milwaukee for my father. I hated it. It was disgusting. But I kept wanting to take sips like every once in a while. I don't know if it was just the cool thing to do, or I'm like, hey, look at me, I'm drinking beer. But then I didn't really drink, until I was 21. I started on Miller Chills as well, some Smirnoff a little bit, and then as the parties started going, started drinking Keystones and Busch Lights and Bud Lights, and then probably around 24, 25, got into craft beer, and it was a trip to Indy. Went the same trip staff went to. Tried Triton, Sun King, and Flat 12 was on that list as well. And all really great beers, and just like everything that goes into making the beer and all those ingredients they use, and was really interested. And I ever since then started been very fond of craft beer. So that's my story, my beer history story. And Dustin?
All right. Mine's a little bit different from what it sounds. But my name is Dustin, and I'm an alcoholic. Oh. Wait. This is the wrong show. Oh. Well. All right. Well, I started drinking at the ripe old age of 19 years old. I remember going to college, and I was like, no, I'll be the good model person to help all you hot women back to your dorm rooms. It didn't work out for me because I was sober, but I felt like I did some good for them. But I was at a party, and I saw a friend that I went to high school with, and he's like, here, have a drink. I was like, okay. And it was a Keystone. Yeah, so throughout most of my college life, it's been Keystone Light and also Old Keystone Light. Meaning...
Skunked?
Yes, skunked. Or there's this thing that we called Fallen Soldiers. If from the night before party, or after the party, we go around and collect all the beer and throw it in a pitcher and throw it in the refrigerator and then use that for the first few rounds of the beer pong so we didn't waste beer. So
that seems like what you'd use on the last round when you're drunk and don't mind drinking that.
Probably. Not really sure. Once I graduated from college, I also graduated from the light water stage of my life, and I started getting into the darker. My favorite is Guinness, and I hated Guinness when I first drank it. But I just kept at it, and I went, I have to drink it, so I did. Um, yeah. For craft beers, I would have to say that I got my start with going to the Brass Rail because I have a friend who's a bartender there, and I would just sit at the bar, and she's like, "What are you drinking?" I was like, "I don't know. What are you giving me?" And she would just go to the refrigerator and grab me something and throw it in front of me, and that's how it happened. Keith?
Hi, I'm Keith. My story is not too different from Paul and Saf, so I'll try to keep this short. But I do remember having my first beer, tasting it. I believe it was in high school, and again, sipping my dad's, and it's like, ugh, it was disgusting. It must have been a Bud Light or something. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Coors. But really, no. Those are family problems. That's another story for another day. But I really didn't pick up till we started drinking till we turned 21. Again, those Miller Chills, I believe that was at your party, and started drinking those, and then the Keystones, the Bush Lights, and all Natty Ice. Yes, I forgot about Natty. Drinking all those, and that was disgusting. And then again, we finally discovered the craft brew scene. I know my cousins were real big on it originally. That's where I first heard about a whole bunch of beers from them. And then we went to Indy. We tried all these other ones. I mean, it was great. And just the uniqueness of it and the different flavors that are out there. I know you got your IPAs. We can get into all that later. But just you can find something that's for you. I mean, you don't have to like them all. And as much as it's expanding, it's pretty amazing.
And the fact that it's made in the building, you know where it's coming from. It's from like inside the building you're at drinking it is like one of the best parts.
Exactly. Helping local businesses and, not giving in to big corporates. Just try something new and helping out the community. It's a great thing.
All right, so this is now for the brew news. I do have a story. This is for the patriotic ones out there, since today is the 4th of July. We have a new labeling of an old-time classic. Well, some people think it's classic. Budweiser is now called America. They are not the first one to don the name of our lovely country, but they decided the branding was good enough for them. You'll see on the can it's the same red, white, and blue, some yellow on the can with the words in script that say America. And underneath of it, it has a silver text that is called E Pluribus Unum, which means out of many, one. Everything's still the same, it tastes the same, and it's still Budweiser. It's still crap, but since it is the 4th of July, I thought we would talk about it. And the name is only going to stick around for the month of July. So, cheers to you, America.
The worst part about this news story is that Budweiser's not even made in America anymore. It's owned by a British, or Berlin, it's made in Berlin, owned by Indiana Beverage, I can't even remember, but it's a Berlin brewing company that owns the company, and they'll brew it in America, but...
It's not even an American beer anymore.
Exactly,
It's
but
not even
it says America on the can.
So it's a can of lies.
Yes.
It's a false can.
Big old can of lies.
All right, I have another news story that I wanted to touch on, and the headline reads, over 3,000 cases of beer were stolen from Sweetwater Brewing in Atlanta on June 21st. Two trailers that contained 3,272 cases of beer were taken from Sweetwater Brewing Company. A company spokesman, I don't know how to pronounce this, Tucker Berta Sarkisian, said, each trailer contained 20 pallets of Sweetwater summer variety packs. One of the trucks was found later that day, and a couple days later the other one was found, but all but a few cases have been located and returned, but every bottle of the stolen summer variety pack will be destroyed, the company says. That's over 78,000 bottles of beer that are going to waste because a couple of knuckleheads tried to pull off a heist. Because of quality concerns, Sarkisian says the beer worth about $90,000 will be taken to a recycle facility. For a small company like us to lose that much beer, it really hurts. Steve Ferris, who does the marketing for the 140 employee company, told the AP, no arrests have been made.
That's fortunate.
It's a damn shame all that beer just gets thrown away.
We should have a moment of silence.
Yeah. So I have one piece of news that is a couple months old, but I wanted to share this. Breweries in Denver and Indianapolis have collaborated to create a Peyton Manning style themed beer for the football fans that are listening. The collaboration between Denver's Factotum Brewhouse and Indianapolis's Tow Yard Brewing Company have created a oatmeal stout, calling it Oatmaha for the 60 some times that he said Omaha in that Denver football game. It seemed like on average he was saying Omaha 65 times a game. But the release of the beer will be canned. Their limited edition cans will be available in the Factotum tap room in Denver and will cost $15 per six pack. So anybody in the Denver area, enjoy the Peyton Manning beer. I'm sure it will be delicious.
So we're not going to get it in Indiana?
Not
According to that article?
Not according to that article.
That's
Maybe if depending on how well the Denver location does,
yeah.
we might end up seeing it in Indiana. But I thought that was really interesting.
I have I don't have the article. I'll post it on one of our websites or whatever, but it's written on Screen Rant, and it lists the top 17 versions of Batman adapted into either movies, video games, cartoons, and I'm just going to skip to the top 5. It starts Lego Batman, Batman the Animated Series version of Batman, the Christian Bale Dark Knight trilogy, Batman. The number 2 is Ben Affleck, and number 1 is the Arkham series of video games, Batman. Is there anybody that you think is missing from this top 5 that should have been on there?
You can make an argument about Michael Keaton being up there. First.
Yeah, Batman. Yeah, that was my thinking. Like, I don't know why Lego Batman or Ben Affleck are on there. They've both been like bit parts in major movies, but we haven't seen anything that the potential. The Batman vs Superman movie was terrible. Right. He was the best part of the movie, but it doesn't mean that he should be number 2 on a list.
You can't judge.
Yeah.
Based off of like one performance.
Well, I do not like the movie only because it just had Ben Affleck. If Matt Damon showed up as Robin, I probably would have paid to watch the movie 700 more times. But with that being said, I think Val Kilmer needed to be up a little bit higher. I thought he's a really good Batman in my opinion.
Yeah, they sandwiched Michael Keaton between Val Kilmer and George Clooney.
Yeah, the Clune Dog was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if you wanted a seductive Batman, the Clune Dog was your man. But when it comes down to Batman, Lego Batman needs to get out of here. Christian Bale obviously was the best in my opinion.
His voice got a little grating towards the end of that series.
The Batman.
Where are they?
That got a little tiring.
Yeah, you can even see it in his face, like he contorted so he can say that. But I did like the language in the last one, where Catwoman's like, "You need to get out of here. You don't owe them anything. You've done enough for them." It's like, "No, I haven't. Not yet." So kind of like foreshadowed, what was going to happen, or supposedly
Spoilers.
Yeah, the movie's been out for what?
10 years, I think.
Yeah, so
8 years.
You better get on that. If you
Yeah, I
haven't
think
seen
it came out 2007.
yeah, I'm not gonna hold my tongue for a movie that old. Okay, spoiler alert. Foreshadowing says. So we're gonna do that.
And well, Batman Beyond's not on here, but I'm guessing that's just because it's not Bruce Wayne. Playing Batman in it, but I thought that was a pretty good version of the character.
I think the Bruce Timm, the Batman animated series, for me, I know that's like big. I know Kevin Conroy, I believe, the voice, and he also did it in the Arkham series, the video game series.
Yeah.
Most of them, all except one, I think.
The Arkham Begins,
Arkham
Origins, or whatever
Origins,
that one
yeah.
was.
But for me, that's Batman
quintessential
to me.
Batman.
Yeah, that's
same
what
here.
I grew up
For me,
watching.
the animated
So
series just like,
Yeah.
I love Batman.
definitely.
That and all this guy. He did Justice League, the
Yep.
animated series too. It was like all big one universe. Yep.
Be interested to find a list of Jokers.
Oh yeah.
Top Jokers.
But don't read it on Screen Rant. This one's terrible.
Yeah. No, probably not. But while we're on there, Heath Ledger takes the cake.
And a discussion.
And yeah, I think that's it.
You could
However,
put Jared Leto at the bottom. Even
Yeah,
though
Jared-
I haven't seen him yet, he looks pretty terrible as a Joker.
he does. For a voice, Mark Hamill.
Mark
Mark Hamill,
is
definitely.
probably
He is
at the
Joker.
top. He is Joker.
I probably would have liked William Dafoe.
That would have been interesting. But he was the Green Goblin that might have got.
Yeah.
He's kind of playing a version of the Joker in that, in Spider-Man.
There's probably a lot of Jokers. Jack Nicklaus.
Nicholson.
Nicholson? I'm thinking golf.
Golf
Golf.
guy.
Whatever. Jack. We all know who I'm talking about.
And the guy from Adam West series that didn't even shave his mustache to play the Joker.
Oh yeah, painted right over.
Like Caesar
Chavez.
Caesar. I don't remember. I don't think it's Caesar Chavez. I think that was someone else.
I think that's someone else entirely.
Okay, that would be interesting. Let's get Photoshop of that.
Yeah.
Caesar Romero.
Romero, that sounds right.
I'm Googling it right now. Oh yeah, him.
Yes.
Look at that mustache.
Oh, that's great.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah, but that show was so cheesy. It didn't even affect the show. They could have all had mustaches. Batman could have had a mustache. It was like the 60s and 70s.
That is true.
I'm surprised they didn't all have
What was his name? I found Dick Grayson's name. I mean, if it's not Cesar Chavez, I don't know who else would it be. IMDb. Adam West, Burt Ward, Alan Napier, who looks like he's dead.
Yeah.
Caesar Romero.
Romero, yeah.
The Penguin was in 21 episodes. Look at that. Burgess Meredith. He also looks like the Rocky's trainer.
Yeah, he does.
Mickey?
Yeah, he looks like Mickey. He was!
That's great.
Yes! Oh, Mickey.
You're so fine. Let me get into the drinking portion of the show.
Here's the greatest America story there is. Army veteran rescues a bald eagle dangling upside down from a rope in a 75-foot tree by, quote, mowing down the branches with his rifle.
Oh my
Yes.
America!
All right, the first beer I chose to drink and test out is from the Daredevil Brewing Company in Indianapolis. Daredevil Brewing Company is an independent Indianapolis-based brewery that was founded in 2012 by two award-winning craft brewers, Bill Bellinger and Michael Pearson, and a talented craft beer enthusiast, Shane Pearson. Our goal from the beginning was to have fun and make craft beers that we enjoy and that we enjoy sharing with others. This beer is the Vacation Kolsch. It's 5% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs, so it's going to be real crisp and clean there. Not a lot of bitterness to it. A delicately balanced, authentic Kolsch-style ale brewed with the finest German malts, hops, yeast in a crisp, clean, and refreshing match with summer relaxation.
Apparently it's a limited release as well, so I'm guessing they just release it over the summer.
Yeah, it's probably their seasonal summer release, I want to guess. I'm not positive on that. Seems likely, as it says it's a match with summer relaxation. Good 4th of July beverage.
Light enough that you can drink plenty of.
So what do we think about this can here? See a good look at that?
Pretty simple design.
I like their logo,
Yeah.
their little Daredevil helmet that they got going on.
A biker's helmet or something.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of football helmet there.
Their slogan is aggressively fun, because daredevils are very aggressive.
That's true.
I did notice it is out of Speedway, Indiana, as well. The Indy 500 dish.
This would be a good beer to sip while you're sitting at the brickyard.
Probably has something to do with the rays that you see behind it, because when the sun is going down on the racetrack, it kind of looks something.
And it kind of looks like the flag, race car logo flag.
Limited release, so I'm glad we're tasting it. Can't really say, hey, we need to go out and drink all this, and they're gone. But for now,
As far as the taste goes, it's pretty nice. The 20 IBUs, so it's not bitter at all. Goes down real smooth.
Very light body.
Yeah, it's almost
Almost see-through. It's a little hard to tell what smell I'm getting.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of smell to it.
Not much really creamy mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm. I get that too.
well, there is a profile on Beer Advocate, but it's not rated. So there's no score. There's a couple reviews, couple ratings, but Beer Advocate has not rated it yet.
We're all on Untapped, so see what that rating is on there.
I did look up, it is a Kolsch style beer. Exactly what that is. Apparently started in, rusty on my German here, Köln in Germany, and a lot of American brew pubs for creating their own style of this. Light to medium in body with a very pale color. Hop bitterness is medium to slightly assertive. Somewhat vinous, grapey for malts, and dry flavor make up the rest. Pretty low alcohol by volume average for these typical Kolsch.
I can totally drink a six-pack of this, no problem.
Mm-hmm. I tend to lean more towards these lighter blondes and wheats and Kolsches.
I wonder if they only sell it in 4-packs, is what we got, in pint sizes. Or 1 pint cans. Maybe that's all they
60 ounce
distribute
cans.
as.
Yeah, I didn't see any bottles at the Belmonts I was at.
I think a lot of microbrews are going with the pint cans, because Sun King, they release in pint cans.
Mhm.
So it might just be a thing to have the pint aluminum cans.
I read a news story a while back that there's so many craft brewers out there that aluminum's actually becoming hard to find, so it's becoming more expensive to make cans. So I would think they would start drifting towards bottles, but maybe bottles are just as expensive.
That's true. Maybe.
All the breweries around here just have kegs. If you go in there and into the actual brewery, they don't none of Trouble and Summit City. You can't find cans of that anywhere. No. At least not yet. Maybe sometime.
About halfway through my beer, I think I can give it an appropriate cap rating. I don't know about you guys.
5 cap scale.
Yeah, 5 cap scale.
Go off the Untapped scale of caps.
I should probably check in.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm leaning towards a 4. What do you guys?
I'd give it a 4 or 5 caps.
I'd give it a solid 4. I mean, it's good enough. Like we said, we could sit down. I could drink these all day.
Yeah.
It's not going to bother me. It's not light. It's heavy enough. Good flavor. I'd give it a solid.
I will not give in to groupthink. The flavor's all right. I do like the white head. If you pour it properly, you don't have virtually any head.
Yeah.
There's this limited smell. It looks good, looks great. I want to say 3.5 caps, but I can't. So I'm leaning towards truncating the 0.5 off. But I could be just a snob because I like it dark.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I like it dark. But
It's not
I
dark
can
enough
drink,
for you.
like I said, I could drink 6 of these, no problem.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have to put my foot down and say 3 caps for me.
You gotta go based on what style you like. We can go talk to it about the different beer styles, I guess. I have a, let me see if I can find it. It's an infographic that lists the different styles of beer and the appropriate temperature to drink them. And like I said, I usually stay towards the light lagers, golden ales, which include pale lagers, pilsners, golden ales, cream ales, Belgian white ales, light wheat beers, light summer beers, sweet fruit flavored beers, and Kolsches, which is what we're drinking right now. And they are to be best enjoyed at 40 to 45 degrees refrigerator temperature. And then I feel like Paul usually sticks to more of this category, which is the ales, including IPAs, pale ales, ambers, browns, dark wheat beers, abbeys, stouts, triples, amber lagers, and dark lagers, which are best consumed at 50 degrees, which is chilled. And then Keith and Dustin might fall more into this category, the strong dark beers, including barley wines, English ales, imperial stouts, imperial and double IPAs, mead, Baltic porters, and bocks, which are best consumed 50 to 60 degrees, which is considered cellar temperature. Yeah, I don't know. I like my beer cold regardless of what kind it is and what they suggest.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually will drink it at room temperature.
Straight out of the
Because I
straight
buy.
off the shelf.
Yeah, I usually get the singles at Cafe Cork, and if I do and it's dark, I don't even refrigerate it. I just open it up and start drinking it.
I mean, it can taste fine that way. I just like it a little bit colder. Like even like water or anything I drink, I like it to be cold.
Each their own.
Yeah.
Anything about Scottish ale?
I didn't see that.
Scottish ale is in English.
Is it?
Yeah.
More than English.
Okay.
Yeah.
It also, I didn't realize how many different shaped glasses there were for each beer.
Oh yeah.
There's Pilsners, Weisens, Tulips, Goblets, Shaker Pints,
Each beer has
Dang, Mug,
glass.
Nonic Pints, Snifter. Jeez, just look at all these pictures on here. Of different-
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
I know
Like-
sometimes that they will put on some of these individual bottles that I buy or some of the cans, they'll
like
put
by the
best
label,
served
serve it in this kind
in
of
this type of glass.
and pour it this way. And I didn't know I needed a degree to drink beer.
Oh
Need
yeah.
a course drinking craft beer.
I've had a few of those glasses.
I know like Fat Tire I've had out of a goblet before.
Mhm.
I know they serve it that way. The wheat beer is definitely in the, I call it like the Buffalo Wild Wings. That's the style that they
tall-
have. The tall.
Like
Wheat
base type
style.
glasses.
Mug is what I drink most out of when I go to Granite City because I'm part of the Mug Club.
Nice. Well,
That's
plus
a
you like
Nonic
those
Pint.
you like those darker beers, which are best served in a mug.
Mm-hmm. The Nonic Pint sounds great.
They're really weird. How they just bubble out when you get closer
Oh
to the
yeah,
top.
a little-
I know it talks about releasing the aroma and the
Mhm.
different hops and the smell, and then it helps bring the flavor to the front. And I don't know the science behind it, but
when you go through all these different glasses, it's ridiculous. You have to fill your whole cabinet with just beer glasses. Oh no.
there's nothing wrong with that.
If that's
You gotta get rid of a lot of this
yeah,
stuff.
get rid of all your other cups.
Okay, this is badass. American Bald Eagle on a barrel
America.
with
Hops.
hops. That's badass.
It's a nice clean label, just
Nice
like
clean
the
label.
Daredevil one. Not too much going on there. It looks like a classic old label.
Well,
Cursive
as
handwriting.
as we learned on Seth's birthday, Yuengling is the oldest brewery.
And it says it right there on the bottle too.
On the bottle. Recognized as the oldest. I really like it.
Yeah.
Two favorite colors. I like blue and green.
Oh, I love
So it contrasts well together.
Yeah.
And I love Yuengling, so I'm a little biased either way.
This might actually be my first IPL.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a common beer. I think like
Need to feel one.
Yuengling's the only one that I've ever seen that actually made an IPL.
I like a little fusion.
I'm excited for infusions. You know, I've only had the ales. Never had any
Ales,
lagers,
yeah,
so.
lagers.
Yeah. So what do you have for us for Yuengling backstory?
All right. It's brief because they've been around since the 1800s. So eventually we're gonna have to do a whole Yuengling episode because they've just been around since 1829. But here's what I got. DG Yuengling and Son Inc. is a family-owned and operated brewery built on strong heritage and traditions with a commitment to producing the highest quality lagers, porters, ales for our wholesalers, retailers, and consumers. They also have the honor of being America's oldest brewery, founded in 1829. They also have the honor of being America's oldest... Oh, I just read that. That alone is enough to warrant Yuengling getting an episode of its own, which we will probably do at some point, if Keith has his say in the matter.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I chose this beer is because the Brewer Association listed Yuengling as #1 craft brewery in the U.S. in 2015, based on beer sales volume. And they're also listed as #4 of the top brewing companies overall. On that list, they were bested by only Anheuser-Busch, Miller Coors, and Pabst Brewing Company. A few companies you may have heard of.
A few.
This is the Yuengling IPL, which is 5% alcohol by volume. It's got 60 IBUs, which is more than the last one. The last one was 20. And Yuengling is proud to introduce its IPL, a brew bursting with complex hops, notes like an IPA, but a well-balanced lager base that allows the Bravo, Belma, Cascade, and Citra hops to truly shine. And I think I read it was introduced in 2015, so it's one of the newer beers that they have.
It is, yeah, definitely
Is it
their
the
newest.
newest?
Yeah, it's their newest one that
That's
they
what I
released.
thought, but I wasn't positive.
Because I actually, when I first found it, I stumbled upon it in Ohio, stopped at one of the gas stations, and the color, which is very similar, the six-pack is very similar to what the bottle looks like,
The
and it just
bright
drew
green-
me
well, it's
in.
not
I'm
really
like,
bright
ooh,
green,
I've
but
never
it's-
seen this before.
The green and blue, it looks really nice together.
Beer Advocate has a score for it. It has an 81 as a Beer Advocate score
Out of 100?
out of 100. So it's listed as good. The Bros also has a rating of 80, which is listed as good. But I haven't seen a Bros rating over 80 yet. So I'm not sure what it is. Also, one thing to note, the availability. If you're wanting to go buy this, it may only be available in the winter. At least that's what...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what this says right here. Yeah. So everything is so positive on Beer Advocates. How are we looking at Untapped?
I haven't got on there yet. What do you see? You on there?
Yeah, Untapped has it 3.25 rating.
Unique description or any fun reviews on there that are like, this tastes like piss butt?
Most recent one from Bob. Not very hoppy, smooth lager, aftertaste.
I can agree with that.
Surprisingly hoppy. So there we have contradiction already.
Oh yeah, the first two reviews are a complete contradiction.
I guess hoppy is all in the eye of the
Yeah,
taste buds
depends
of
on
the
what
beholder.
you like, I guess.
So people are still finding this for it being a winter beer. There are quite a few people recently that are currentently drinking this.
When did you find it? You brought it
I found it
on your
that
trip, like
few days, no, actually before your birthday.
Yeah.
Before I was over in Ohio in one of the shops. They still had one six-pack left, so I picked it up, and all the other stores that I went to, they didn't have it anymore.
So you still found it in May. So you may still be able to find it, but it's not likely.
I can taste the hops, so that first reviewer is a little incorrect. Maybe he just didn't know how to hold it on his tongue and let the hops soak in.
Because this Mark E says surprisingly hoppy. So
I don't understand how it's surprisingly hoppy.
It's an IPA.
I don't know how
It's
you.
an Indiana Pale.
Yeah, they're always hoppy.
The reason why they're so hoppy is because they shipped from Britain to India. They needed to add more
extra
hops
so it would last long.
for the trip. So whenever I see anything that says India Pale, I'm expecting hoppy.
Right.
And, well,
I'm not surprised
as
at all.
for Pale goes, it's less hoppy, I think, just because that lager kind of balances out just a little bit.
Yeah.
It smooths it out to the point. Yeah, it's not overly hoppy. So I can see what some people are saying. Not very hoppy,
And
based upon,
surprisingly
okay,
hoppy.
I normally
I don't
drink
know.
hoppy beer, so
Yeah.
it's not as hoppy as that, versus...
I guess if you're going from the lager side, you're surprised by the hops. If you're going by the IPA side, you're not surprised by them.
I do like the autumn gold color.
Yeah, it's not as clear. It's hard to see through, whereas the other one you could see almost directly through.
And I know we split bottles, but I mean the head on these were virtually
Nothing.
nothing. Yeah. So that's always a plus. Having some head's good. Choking on the head while you're trying
Yeah.
to
Trying to taste that
take your
sip.
first sip. Yeah.
Where you
not
got
good.
10% head or any more than that, it's kind of ridiculous.
But yeah, first sip, I say it's quality just by looking at it. I can smell great flavor, whereas the other beer just was no smell, at least
No,
to me.
it was not.
Yeah. So
This one has a pretty strong scent.
Yeah, you can tell there's
Good
something in
nose.
my cup. Whereas before it was just
right,
pretty
right.
much nothing.
And I don't want to like compare this to anything, but it's very comparable to at least the taste of winter lagers that I've had in the past. Like you have that expectation to have not really frosty or frothy, but it has like this weird wintry taste, and I can definitely taste it in this.
Agreed. First one was more of a summer ale. This one's more
Yeah.
of a winter ale, and you could kind of taste the difference.
Right,
It's
right,
a completely different type of beer.
Sticking by the lighter spectrum of the colors, yes, finding some difference with summer versus winter.
You guys getting any citrus at all? Maybe a little bit.
A little bit on the back end. I
On the
feel
back
like
end.
there's some,
Yeah.
not a ton.
Yeah, I
Not
can
a-
see
yeah.
that.
Just a slight citrus.
That's good because I was wondering what I was tasting. There was something.
Yeah, it's not.
I believe you read in that description it had a bit of the citra
Yeah, it's
hops
got
or something.
Bravo, Belma, Cascade, and Citra hops.
Citra hops,
Yeah,
that was
that's
it.
what
Much more enjoyable than the first one, so I apologize, everyone. I do like it more.
No, I'm with
fine.
you there. I agree.
Yeah.
I think
I
they're
agree.
different, but I'd put them about even. I'd
They're
still
different
give it about
styles,
four
Oh.
caps on it.
I definitely already
I'd
voted
choose
for
this.
4 caps.
Or 4 caps for me. I would go 5, but I'd click my bias back just a little bit. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You set these 2 beers up in front of me. It's gonna be a hard choice, but I think I would just deal with the Yuengling.
I think I'll go for that quarter point on it, 4.25.
oh, Paul taking a click above. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the IPA style, but as we were talking about with this lager, it kind of lessens it a little bit,
Yeah.
in my opinion, for me. That
Yeah,
I could
cut that.
easily sit back and drink several of these without, grabbing some pretzels or something like that. Get this taste out of my mouth.
In
Bitterness.
general, IPAs are a little too hoppy for my taste, but this one's got a good balance between hops and whatever else is in it. Citra, Bravo shit.
Citra.
Citra. I'd probably choose it 4 out of 5 times.
4 out of 5 times.
Between the 2, I would choose it 4 out of 5 times.
One time you'll choose the
The
Vacation.
Yeah, but there's just some times that I'm not looking for something, especially if I'm on my 5th one.
Yeah, you're gonna want the lighter beer.
Yeah.
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't remember what the taste.
It'd be hard to drink a 6-pack of these, whereas the Daredevil, I think I could drink.
I would lose track. I would honestly, not because of the alcohol content. I would just pound them back.
Drink them so fast. These are 12 ounces compared to 16 ounces, so
Yeah,
you can drink a couple more.
right. But it's that hoppy taste. Back to back, you have to separate it by something.
Exactly. That's what we got. These pretzels here.
No, Yuengling not available in Indiana currently until they decide to build a brewery west. But current state to the west, I believe, is Ohio, and then you can find it anywhere towards the East Coast. And including down south, I believe they have a brewery in Florida. So kind of the East Coast and to the south definitely takes care of all that. But for me, it's worth the 15, 20-minute drive across the border to pick up 6-pack or so.
Mm-hmm. For our final segment of the show, there are a lot of weird flavored beers, ciders, hard sodas, malt beverages, that sort of thing, in this ever-expanding market of alcoholic beverages. And I love sampling new, interesting things, so this is a segment I like to call Strange Brews. Now, in future episodes, I plan to keep the flavor a secret and have these other 3 guys try to guess what the flavor is, and I'll deem whoever's closest the winner. There's no prize. You just get to drink it. There's no prize.
So I get to drink it if I'm right or wrong.
Exactly.
Like,
You just get the pride of knowing that you have the best taste buds. But this is, for the first week, I chose Root Cellars Brewing Company Row Hard Root Beer. It's a hard root beer, obviously. It's got 6.7 alcohol by volume. And according to their website, root beer is quintessentially American beverage, first brewed by American colonists using domestic roots, herbs, and spices. These historical small beers did not contain much alcohol. Root Cellar has created big root beer with an alcoholic content that pays homage to its roots. Yes, it's great with ice cream.
Ooh. Which we did not raise.
Maybe next time.
Beer Advocate is brutal.
They don't like it?
They do not like it.
Ooh, I'm
Beer,
excited now.
BA has a score of 77, listed as okay. The Bros has 0.
They don't like anything.
It doesn't have any. It doesn't mean
Oh,
they
they
have
didn't
any.
vote.
Yeah, it's available year round. And the top review says very sweet root beer, taste at first, but overwhelmed by horrible aftertaste of cheap alcohol, reminiscent of Four Oak Loco. Purchased a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans for $2 on clearance, and even at that price, I don't know if I'd buy this again.
Oh, man. That's all brutal.
That's rough. So.
I will admit it was on clearance. They were only $1 a can.
Whoa.
And then another person here says it's flipping great, better than Not Your Father's. So really just depends on your drinker. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm curious because I do love Not Your Father.
I prefer Sprecher's to Not Your Father's.
Yeah, I like Henry's, but maybe they only make the
I have
ginger
not tried
ale and
Henry's.
the orange cream. Oh, those are fantastic. So.
Let's open them up.
While we're opening, what do you guys think of this logo on here?
I think it's pretty slick.
I do too.
Yeah, it's very creative, crafty.
Like,
Blimp.
what do you call that?
I like the
Definitely.
Steampunk type thing going on?
Yeah.
like the gear switches or whatever,
Mhm.
like in the root beer name.
I just think it's.
According to their website, they also have a ginger beer, which would be interesting too, I think.
Yeah, so brewed with molasses and pure cane sugar.
Gotta love that pure cane sugar.
And smelling.
Oh,
Smells just
Just
like
like
root beer.
Oh, it smells like those
wow.
the sucker pops you get from the bank.
Oh, yeah, the little dum-dums.
Yeah.
Suckers.
Oh man.
Shall
Yeah.
we?
Okay, I'm not sure.
Tastes like root beer,
It
but
does. Waiting on that aftertaste.
yeah, the guy was
One
telling me about
person
aftertaste.
said.
I haven't seen it yet.
Maybe bigger gulps.
Yeah. I might notice it once I get cover my palate.
Still not tasted it. It kind of falls short on the aftertaste, just a little bit.
It doesn't. It's not like a pure solid root beer.
Yeah, the root beer taste kind of just goes away
Mhm.
midway
So
through.
then it's just like disappears. It's probably that rush of sugar that they have. The second ingredient is sugar.
How many-
besides
it has
water?
nutritional-
That's what it is. Probably the pure cane sugar, like cut short of the.
Oh,
Root beer.
wow. The serving size is half this can for 200 calories. We're drinking dinner right here, guys.
Holy Lord.
I guess we could have split some. But
Whoa.
I do not
We'll be doing a running segment next.
Oh, I already.
Loser's got to run on the treadmill.
I
We'll
planned
do
on,
our beer sprints.
after yesterday's drinking and eating, I planned on running 6 miles today. I should probably run more. It's better than Coney Island's root beer.
I have
agree.
that too. I thought about bringing that and comparing and contrasting those two.
It's just not your father's. It really is not. I can't even taste the alcohol in there.
No, I don't taste
It's
any
so-
alcohol.
So sweet.
It's yeah. So
It's almost
sweet.
too sweet.
It
A
could
little
be
bit too much sugar.
It could be dangerous, but I don't even know if I could taste any alcohol. It says it's
I really don't.
6.7,
Yeah.
but I
6.7 is more than both of the beers we've had. Those were only like 5.
I knew what I was getting when I was drinking those. This I just have no idea.
Mhm.
Maybe 2 cans in, but I don't even know if I'll open up the second can. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't even know if I could finish a whole one of these. It's just too much sugar for me.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish with it. Whole can.
They are 16 ounces. It would be nice to have like 6 ounces.
I was gonna say for a high alcohol content to have that big of a can,
Yeah.
especially with the. I believe this is the first can I've seen that has the nutrition facts
Yeah.
actually posted on the side.
I was
It's
gonna
making
say,
me regret drinking
That's
those these
very rare.
beers. In fact, I did see an article about that. One of the sites I was looking at this morning, it talked about, I believe it was from WebMD. It says what's really in your craft beer, how they don't post the nutrition facts, and that with these different hops and some of the things that they're using, that it does increase the calorie intake that you're, or it increases the amount of calories that you're intaking. And
That makes sense.
after reading that, yeah, 200 or what, 400 of this?
Yeah,
400
it's-
calories.
Whew. That's a lot. I'd rather eat a meal than.
But how much is
drink
in
this.
like an
Yeah.
actual just root beer? Those are probably like 1,000.
On a 12-ounce can,
Well, it depends.
usually soda and the pop, it runs about
130,
130, 140
So it's
for a
about,
12 ounce.
it's about even.
Yeah, I suppose. But I don't drink soda, so this is
Yeah.
this
Neither
is
do I.
piling up on me.
Untapped is giving it a 3.5 cap average.
It's fine for a root beer, but for like an alcoholic beverage, it's not really what I'm looking for. So I don't know how to rate it.
Yeah.
See, Raquel S. gives it a 0.25 cap rating
Wow.
and just says, nope.
Like, I don't think it tastes bad. It's just not what I want.
I say if I want to drink a root beer, I'd probably want to drink one of the established A&W Barks style that I know.
Go, landed free. Got another batch. America.
So what did you give it? 2?
I gave it a 2.
That's kind of where I was going towards.
Right. I mean, they have a list of different type of recommendations locally, and like Not Your Father is in Coney Island on here, and I put this above Coney Island, I think, but definitely not below, not behind.
I would agree with
Your
that.
Father's by a long shot.
I tried Coney, and this definitely has a sweeter kick to it, but the other ones, I think the root beer flavor sticks with you a little bit more.
Yeah,
as you were saying,
yeah,
this
it kind of
disappears.
fades away.
Yeah, that first sip, I mean, yay,
You
sugary
get a lot of
sweet,
flavor,
it's good,
and
then
by the time you
it's-
swallow it, it's gone.
Yeah.
There's no aftertaste. It's not bad aftertaste. There's just none.
Yeah.
It's just
every time you lift the can up and look at that nutrition facts, it's just milk going down your throat all the time.
good. You get to see that awesome logo that we all love so much.
That is true.
And I like their little formidable fermentables slogan that they have on there.
See, the can, the label's not going to be good enough. Not enough for me to fall in love with it.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll be-
2 caps.
I gave it 2.5 caps.
It'll be something that I run into at the store and be like, I had that before, and then proceed.
Yeah. I don't need
Keep
it
on-
again. I tried it. That's enough.
Definitely not something that I would suggest to somebody to get.
Unless, what if they just love root beers? You would suggest it over Coney, but not over.
Yeah. So let's say that, like in this weird situation that they're like, hey, I really want
An alcoholic root beer?
an alcoholic root beer, but the price of Not Your Father's root beer is just
Too
a
much.
little much, and I've had it too many times. I want to try something new. I'm pretty sure I'd still say try Coney. But if I'm there at the store with them, I'd probably point this out to them and actually give them a fair review.
I would think for a lot of people who don't enjoy the alcohol, the beer,
Taste of alcohol.
the big beer drinkers out there, and they're really big into the ciders and that sweet stuff, I think this would be something for you.
Mm-hmm.
But as
I agree.
for us beer drinkers,
As
this is
beer drinkers.
Yeah,
Just a
I'd rather drink a can of
After
pop
drinking-
soda
Fall
than
short of expectations.
After drinking Yuengling, you're just like, why?
Yeah.
I should have just opened another Yuengling.
Right.
If they made a hop soda, I would start drinking pop again.
Soda hop. There we go.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
All right, so now that we've all tried this Row Hard root beer, let's decide if we keep it in our fridge or pour it out. Paul, so what do you think? Are you going to keep it or pour it?
Unfortunately, I'm going to pour this out. So I'm not feeling the sugar content of this beer. It's not what I expected. It's not what I prefer. So, sorry. I'll pour it out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm pouring it out too. I just can't. It's too sweet. I can't handle all that. I'm not a soda drinker. If you're a soda drinker, you might want to keep it in your fridge. But as for me, I'm pouring it out.
For me, I'm going to pour it out as well. It's just not for me, but if you like pop, you like soda, you like something with not a whole lot of alcohol taste to it,
And a
then
whole
maybe it's
lot
for
of
you.
sugar.
Yeah, and if you enjoy sugar, definitely.
Yeah.
It's for you. But for me, I'm going to say definitely no. Don't pour it out.
Hopefully the critical thinkers for this group are not listening, because I felt sick after drinking the first gulp. I'm almost, if you can see a video, like I'm almost finished with it. So it's not like I'm
Wow,
giving up on it, but
I
just-
didn't even finish
I'm
half
maybe
of mine.
halfway.
yeah, I would, if I had to choose between keeping it in my fridge and dump it out, it's getting poured out.
Seems unanimous. Pour this stuff out.
Don't hate us, Root Cellar.
Please keep listening.
Yeah, come back for another show.
Yeah.
So I think that concludes today's episode. Pass the mic over to Keith so he can tell us about how to get in touch with us.
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at DrinkIN GeekOUT. You can also check out our show notes and updates on DrinkInGeekOut.tumblr.com. To suggest a beer for us to review, you can email us at drinkingeekout@gmail.com or tweet us using the hashtag #DrinkUpAndTellMeAboutIt. If you want to buy us a beer or go to our website, click on the donate button. And if you like the show, please rate, review, subscribe, and tell all your friends. Thanks for listening, and until next time, drink up and geek out.